Hey, what's up, guys? So I want to share with you guys how I made $10,000 on Tesla puts today. As you guys may know, in our Options on Wall Street Discord server, we give you guys daily alerts on all of our trades, right? So today's watch list, I had to see 378.73 hold on SPY, 382.20 hold on QQQ. I was eyeing Meta, right, which I did get into a call and I capitalized on 93% gains on Meta. And Tesla, I was looking at that $700 level, and if $700 didn't reclaim, can't see 670, excuse me. It was all alerted on my watch list at 6:21 a.m. At 6:30 a.m. I did enter a Tesla 680 put for this week, and I filled it at 13.5. I trimmed it as I went, right? Of course, I had a pretty heavy size on it, and I got fully out at 61% right here at 6:41. Time of this trade was about 11 minutes. So now let's go ahead and review. The charting behind the reasoning behind this trade, right? So with Tesla, as you guys can see, this is the 1 hour channel right here, right? And we are holding this previous week low level right here at 672.50 area, right? But ultimately what I was looking for here in this 1 hour channel, I was looking for this area right here, this area right here, which is the 690, the open level, right? But 700, right? We didn't even get near 700. So ultimately, as you guys can see, 690, once we cleared below it, right, we had this beautiful buildup of this red candlestick right here, right? And although buyers did step in once we hit this previous low candlestick, right? Buyers did come in, which ultimately, they came in and we brought price back up to this region, 687.91. So now we know this is a very important level if you guys are looking to get into longs in Tesla, right? So we're in between two key levels, right? We're in between the previous week low and the daily open for today. So we're in between where right now it's trying to find a direction, right? But if a sell-off does spark in the S&P, we can see an even further pullback. And again, like you guys know, I do have a lot of, as I've been mentioning, right? I do have a lot of demand here at this zone of 621.50 on Tesla, 621.50 all the way back down to the 600 zone. All this to me signifies that there are buyers ready to buy Tesla at this price point, right? So that's why I have it like this. So if we do get here, I could be able to, simply tell my eyes, cool, we are at demand levels. Can it start to shift upward, right? Now the MACDs are starting to finally look like they're curling up, but ultimately it's too soon to tell. Now, I was trading this with the 5-minute channel. 1 hour is usually for my confirmation, so to give me the extra, wiggle room to be able to stay in the trade, right? So as you can see in the 5-minute channel, we had a spark of sell-off, right? And then, once we, went below the VWAP, right? We never reclaimed it, right? We got it up here, right? We reclaimed it here, and we made ultimate stock at 688, and ultimately we held this price point, right? But I was already out for the most part of this trade, right? As my price target was the previous week low, right? As mentioned in my watch list, I did say if we don't hold the 700 level, which we didn't even get near, 690 was ultimately that big level that I was watching for. We broke VWAP and we came back down here to this region, right? And ultimately I was already out here, right? I avoided this because at this level, anything could happen. Yeah, if we bounced back, buyers came in at this level, but ultimately, if we would have broke this with more volume, we could have went down this way as well, right? We didn't know that at that time frame. That's why it's always important to realize your profits and follow the trend of the day, right? As this was my price target. I didn't want to, risk more capital right here. I mean, this move made me 10K on the day, right? And ultimately, you just find those setups that ultimately put you in a position. A lot of day traders fell because they focus on, finding baggers all day long. They focus on, and then they overtrade, or, they're looking at too many things at once, right? Trading should be systematic and, simplified, right? As you can see right here, Tesla, for the most part, went lower than the previous week low right here at this point right here, and is building up a new support channel here at the 687 level, but ultimately is holding this level here, right now here. It's a gamble, right? It could either shoot back up, right, or it could shoot back down, right? It's a gamble here at this price point. We still don't have enough confirmation. Personally, I'm still in some puts. I rolled them out down to the 650 area, and I'm holding those throughout the day, right? So now if we're using some confluence in, this trade, I would ultimately look at SPY. So I'll ultimately look at SPY, right? And SPY again too is holding this channel right here, right? SPY is holding this channel, and again, for I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, what are these indicators? These are custom indicators that I use to be able to, to kind of help my eyes, right, and compare my resistance support. We're holding this channel here at 379.10, right? So I mean 376.54. If we break below that, it's definitely a bad thing. But right here, we're right here holding it to the teeth, right? And we still have room to cover this gap here, right? So ultimately, there's still room if we break below here to come back down to 377.22, right? And if we break below that, I do have a price target at 374, as mentioned in my watch list. But if SPY, for any chance, breaks below this, there's a high risk to reward that my 650 puts will make me some good amount of money, right? So price, there's no real actual buyers up here. So this is what's called a good risk to reward using confluence, right? SPY is really, it's holding support at it's holding it to the teeth. Whereas, I'm ultimately, going to capitalize on this by going on and, seeing if I could catch another leg down on Tesla, right? Because again, people start to get scared. And, and the reason why I trade Tesla is because, the premiums are, if you're trading options, one of the premiums that, have a lot of volume and have a lot of traction on them. So again, that's a recap of how I made 10K on the day today, all signaled on our Options on Wall Street Discord. Again, for more tips and strategy, make sure you subscribe on this YouTube channel. And if you guys do want my Instagram handle, it is @TheWallStreetGoat.